Welcome back to Mac Talks Football, and this is the type of day that, as a football fan, you really hope never comes. This is the type of thing that you really don't want to think about, let alone talk about. And it doesn't really matter that which club is involved, because at the end of the day, it is a loss for football. It is a loss for all football fans around the world, and especially that we are talking about such a big historic club in France and in Europe as well. Bordeaux officially have collapsed. They have sent their official request to French football that they are no longer a professional club. And it's a really dark day in French football and in world football as well, because of the history of the club. They have been around for over 100 years. They have won 7 league titles, 4 Copa de France, competed in Champions League. And I mean, the stature of the club is very high. I mean, they would be considered in like top 6-7 clubs in history of French football, and for them to just vanish away, it's a really sad thing. And I think this shows how, like, why the football fans all over the world need to come together and need to realize that people who are just buying these clubs without really caring about them, without really knowing about the game, how much hurting them. Just imagine, like, 24 hours they were playing in a friendly against Southampton. There are people who have supported this club for 50, 60, 70 years, and just like that, they no longer have a club to support. Like, their passion, their memories that they all cherish throughout their life, it's gone. And as I said, it's the club has such a big history. It has produced amazing players, and players that have played in the club before as well. Players like Sylvain Wiltord, Johan Gourcuff, Alain Girze, one of France's one of the biggest midfielder France has ever produced. He spent 15 years at the club, winning everything there was, and winning the Euros with France as well. And then, of course, one of the greatest midfielder the world has ever seen, in Zinedine Zidane. He also played there. So you can just see the history and the class of the club, and what they have gone through over more than a century. And now it's nothing. Now Bordeaux is nothing. The financial troubles basically started for them after COVID, when their media rights owner, Media Pro, they got bankrupt, and their American owners, King Street, they announced that they are not gonna support the club financially. And that's when Gerard Lopez, the current owner, came into picture, and he acquired them, and he said, I'm gonna help and I'm gonna save the club from this financial situation. But unfortunately for them, instead of saving them, his arrival made things even worse. They got relegated in the 2021 season for the first time since 1991, and that resulted in a big loss of revenue as well, going from League 1 to League 2. That, of course, is gonna have an effect on your financial financial sector as well. They were at that time administratively relegated into the third tier of French football by the NCG, the body that looks at the financial aspects of professional football clubs. They went to court. They appealed on this decision, and they won the appeal, and they were reinstated in League 2 again. And they stayed there for a couple of years, but unfortunately they were not able to get promoted back into League 1. And Gerard Lopez's promises were just talks. He really did not invest in the club. He really did not care. I mean, they have much of their expenses are going towards a stadium that they have built, and the sad part about it, that they cannot play football in that because they don't own the stadium. The Media Pro are the ones that own the stadium, so they have to rent it every year to them for next 30 years. That just shows how mismanaged the club was for the last few years, and it has resulted in this situation. They were again administratively sacked at the end of last season. and they had the time before the season started to get about 40 million to settle their finances, and they could have been back again. And they tried to approach FSG, the current owners of Liverpool, to make a bid and to give them some help, but because, as I said, the financial mess is so much, FSG pulled out. And unfortunately today at Bordeaux, they have announced that they are no longer a professional football club. I mean, again, as I said, it's a very, very sad day for football. It's a dark day, not only a sad day, a dark day for football. And it's just sad. I just feel bad for the fans, and it just goes on to show that if it can, and like, I don't want to demean any other clubs, but if sometimes it happens to a smaller club, you sort of understand the hardship, especially after COVID. It has been really hard. But for a club like the stature of Bordeaux to just completely vanish from the game, it's sad. It's really sad. And they have said that they are going to terminate the contract of every player. The training stadium is no longer going to be in use. That all came from the official statement from Bordeaux. They are going to continue with their youth academy in the third tier of football, and they are going to try and come back as a professional club with better finances and trying to go back into League One, where they belong. I really hope they do, and they come back very quickly, and they do it the right way. Like, they have already made the hard decision, the tough decision to relinquish their professional status. So now for them to get it back, I think they should do it in a proper way. It is going to take time, and I think it should take time. They should not hurry again. They should properly cover all their expenses and then come back, so that they don't have to face these issues yet again, and the fans don't have to suffer again. And speaking of fans, I mean, the worst thing for like the first outcome for any of this is for the fans. Like, they have lost their identity. A Bordeaux fan now has nowhere to go, which team he's gonna support. And it's the thing that only football fans will understand, that now you no longer have a club to support, especially for older generation people. Like, as I said in the beginning, there will be people who have supported Bordeaux for about 70 years, and now they don't have a club to support, the club that they cried for, that they shed tears of happiness and joy for. They are no longer there, and it's just sad. Like, it's a really sad situation. And I think it should be a lesson for other clubs as well, and for UEFA as well, to look into the people that are coming into the game. They buy these businessmen. It's football. Unfortunately, it's a business. I get that, but even though people who are coming in, at least they should have a little passion about the game. It should not be just about the money. These people, they come in, they have no idea about the game, how to run a football club, and they don't even care about that. And then they bring in people and give them special positions who again have no idea about football. They don't really care about the club, they don't really care about the fans, they just care about the money. And this is ruining football, and all this has taken away from what football, a historic club like Bordeaux today. And it could be anywhere in Europe, anywhere in the world. Any club can experience this if such important actions are not taken. It's just sad. I really don't want to go on further. I don't want to ramble more. It's a sad day for football, and all my love goes out to the Bordeaux fans, and fans who have now really don't have a team to support. And I just hope that Bordeaux can come back quickly. They can sort out all the financial mess that they are in. And as I said before, they should do it in a proper way. If it takes longer, if it takes a longer time, they should let it happen. They should not rush it in and try to come back in and then be again in this situation. They should do it properly. It is gonna hurt, but I think it would be worth it if they come back in a proper way, instead of just forcing it away and then going back again. I made a video yesterday. I talked about Como, that how they had to suffer 20 plus year. 3 times they were folding and then they came back. So I think it's better that you do it one time properly, you get all the financial issues out of it, and then you can come back as a proper football club, and a club that we all hope comes back to professional football as soon as possible. So best luck to Bordeaux and the fans. All my love to you. I really hope your club comes back as soon as possible. Please let me know what you guys think of the situation in the comment section. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.